Watch how we carry out a mini garage makeover on this garage, using less than £600 of materials, in only 2 days. To purchase our flooring tiles or request a quote, please visit www.garagelux.co.uk. Day 1. Remove all wall-mounted accessories. Use masking tape to protect any plug sockets or wall-mounted accessories that need to remain in place. Prepare the walls by using a tough bristle broom, a wire brush and a strong vacuum. Use the broom to remove all the dust and excess cement from the walls. Use the wire brush to remove any lumps or bumps that the broom hasn't removed. Use a strong vacuum to remove any final dust from the walls and clean up any dust from the floors. If you will be fitting skirting board, it's important to ensure the lower level of the wall is smooth and free from lumps of concrete. Use a chisel and hammer to remove these. Whilst you will be adding floor tiles later in the process, we would still recommend covering your floors, as the next step can be quite messy. Time to prepare for painting. For this garage we used Deluxe Weather Shield Grey Smooth Masonry paint. Around 15 litres was required for 2 coats. Give the paint a good shake and stir it prior to use. A long pile masonry 12-inch roller and angled masonry brush will make this part a lot easier. There are no shortcuts or hacks for this next step, but a couple of tips we have found. Get lots of paint on your roller. Work on a single block until covered. Go over all missed areas with a masonry brush. Apply at least a couple of coats with the roller. If painting the garage up to rafter height, touch in above where you use the roller. Next we painted the brick walls. Follow a similar process to the block walls. You may find using your roller in different directions helps with coverage. Don't forget to take regular breaks. These snacks and drinks were provided by my lovely customers. First coat of paint completed. By the time you get round the first coat, it's usually dry enough to repeat the process. Sometimes a garage may need more than 2 coats, but you should assess after each coat. The coats completed and the walls were looking great. We also cut all the PVC skirting board ready to fit the next day. We will upload a separate video for this. Day 2. We used GarageLux 7mm PVC interlocking garage floor tiles for this garage. Here are the tools required to fit: a jigsaw, a bolster and hammer, a pencil, a large ruler, a rubber mallet, a guillotine, not essential, a knife. Remove all the skirting board that was cut to size. Store in a safe place for later. Remove all packaging from your flooring pallet. Using a bolster and hammer, check the floor for any large lumps and remove these where possible. Sweep up any mess and use the vacuum to clean up any dust that may have settled from the previous day. Close the door and mark out where the back of the door meets the floor. Measure the width of the garage and mark the center on the floor using your pencil. Lay your ramp edges behind the line you marked out earlier. Work out if the center is between tiles or in the center of a tile. Lay your first row of full tiles where space allows, using your rubber mallet. This garage was almost 6 tiles wide, but both edges required cutting to size. Ensure your tiles are sitting behind the line you marked out earlier. You can also close the door and push the tiles up to it if the garage door is square with the walls. Measure the gaps either side of your tiles. Ensure you have the same gap each side. It is now time to add all remaining full tiles. For large garages, you should work in a triangular pattern, working from the center outwards. Now's a good time to check your door closes behind the tiles. Once you have laid all full tiles, in almost all cases, you will need to cut the sides and back edges. For straight edges, our tiles have an inbuilt marking system. Lay the tile upside down. Using a pencil or pen, mark the tile where the marker meets the tile edge. Using a guillotine or jigsaw, cut the tiles as required. Repeat the process until all edges are completed. Most garages will have some pillars or more tricky edges to cut in. Take your time to mark these out onto your tile. Always leave a 5mm expansion gap. Use your jigsaw to cut as required. Fit all remaining tiles using your rubber mallets. Clean up any mess and spare tiles. It is now time to fit your pre-cut skirting board. Bring all skirting back in and lay face down. Using liquid nails, apply generous blobs of glue at 40cm intervals. Lift the skirting into place. Apply some pressure by tapping in at intervals. You may need to add some weight to hold in place for 5 minutes. Repeat the process until all skirting boards are attached. It's now time for a final clean-up. Remove any remaining waste from the floor. Vacuum the floor to remove any cutting particles. Using a microfiber spray mop, clean the surface of the floor. Finally, stand back and admire your beautiful new garage. Thanks for watching. You can purchase flooring tiles at www.garagelux.co.uk or alternatively contact us for a full makeover quote. Please like and subscribe for future content.